Hi and welcome to Odyssey of Ascension. It's Roxanne once again. Thank you all for tuning in. And it is Q&A number 6, part 2. Awesome. Once again, thank you for all your questions. Well, let us begin. And greetings once again to the collective. This is Ocyphius. We bid you all a good day. Let us venture on that of Rita. Go ahead.
This is from Svetlana M.
Mm-hmm.
Where do people go when they do drugs? For example, heroin. And what's the permission slip on using drugs to enhance the sexual experience?
Wonderful. Where do they go is up to them. A different state of consciousness? Of course. That idea is, let's say, a permission slip through the construct of humanity, and the effects of drug have become a solid idea of leaving the self that you know in limitation. You don't exactly call it that, you call it being high, or whatever it is that you, let's say, have termed it in this now generation. But what you are doing is opening up other states of being consciousness. That's why when you're tripping, so to speak, you really do leave your idea self of vibration, because there's not as many filters being validated by you, because you've given yourself the permission slip to do the idea of allowing other frequencies to come in. Although, of course, people that do that, not saying I'm going to let some frequencies in, I'm going to get stoned. That kind of idea. Now, in as far as sexual idea, it's much the same thing. It drops the barriers, the limitations. It allows yourself to get a little bit more loosey-goosey, if you will. It's like when Roxy, let's say, has a drink or two, she gets, like, say, stupid. You know, she just lets go, if you can imagine that beyond herself right now. She really lets go because there's no barriers keeping her in this idea, boundary of the self and the mirror of self-acceptance. And that's all diminishing through the understanding of yourself, and a permission slip is that of, let's say, use of drugs. True. Go ahead.
The next question is from Takera. What creates the isness/now/present that shows up for us to interact with at every moment? Is it something that is a group effort between my higher self and my human self? How is it formed? And why am I always dreaming about famous people?
All right. Well, let's take the first part of the isness, the nowness. That's you. It is you. It's not a co-creation between you and your higher self, because you are your higher self. In that idea of a permission slip, you see yourself as a higher self and talk to the higher self and understand those aspects. But you are the will of creation. You are already creation. You cannot define what you are in the idea of human terms as far as what you are capable of. I don't have the definition words, the reference points to clarify how creation, what you are, really works. That is what you are in the stillness of the now, is you are creation. And whatever you can imagine is what you are, for it is creation, and that's what you are. So it is a program running without intention, without idea, let's say, idolizing, making, venturing, exploring through intent. It's just you and what you are. That creates creation, and you are creation in that idea. And what is the other idea of the question?
Why am I always having dreams about famous people? What are my dreams?
You covet the famous people. You covet the famous people. Those are, let's say, not ideas of envy in your translatable ideas mind. What it truly is a recognition of the potential that's in you. What they are, you can be. Not in details. You don't have to follow their route, become an actor or a famous race car driver or this or that creates fame of that idolized person, let's say, validated by the human collective. It's what you're feeling in them that you have the potential, and you dream to show yourself, hey, this is you, now find it your way. Truly. Go ahead.
This is from Luciana T. Can you explain a little more about what is the ghost zone. Recently I saw my cousin's dog, apparently scared, with his tail tucked in between his legs, barking the loudest I've ever heard him bark to a dark and empty part of my family's home. What could he be reacting to?
Did they say ghost zone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a frequency that's just beyond the frequency of you. Although now you can see ghosts, the higher frequency you get to, you have the probability of peering into what you would call a reality that is just beyond most ideas, let's say visual senses, the perception. In, let's quote Beetlejuice, most won't see ghosts. Some will though, because it just depends on the individual frequency. The attunement of a dog's eyesight, sensibility, and that idea is more, let's say, on a higher frequency level of receptivity. So what it does is it sees ghosts, things like that. Now, it may not necessarily be what you call a ghost as far as a human. It can be most certainly an extraterrestrial, an alien idea. It can be just seeing a frequency that is now within your, let's say, space-time now, called a portal, things like that. There's too many unmeasurable ideas that what could be occurring in your dog's idea visualization in your family room, but just know it's all about frequency. Remember guys, once again, everything is here and now. So all of creation is right here and now. It just depends on your focus. So your dog is telling you within your vibrational construct that you've created an environment in co-creation with the dog to have the ability to see beyond the measurable idea of what we call physicality. You are increasing your awareness. Don't try to make it any better. Don't try to have a plan. Don't find out what it means, because that's all thinking, and that's going to just lead you into a spiral of playing, let's say, playing with yourself once again. Allow it. Be that, and let it unfold. Realities will start to shift for all. Timelines. Oh, much of you are experiencing timeline jumps, and wow, I thought I did that, or I never remember doing that. Those kind of ideas. You're starting to allow creation to show you creation. And be the acceptable, open, vulnerable idea to all of creation, and the only thing that's going to happen is frickin' epic fun. So the ghost zone is not necessarily a ghost zone. Although within the frequency level of human understanding, it would be right there. As well as a whole bunch of, like Agartha, Middle Earth is right there. The Pixies are right there. They're right beyond your touching, but you guys are moving yourselves. So you're going to get more of a game, more of a show, more excitement by not you trying. Go ahead. Stand by. What's up, Hector?
Open this window here and put a window unit in there for you?
Yeah.
For right now. I'm sorry to bother.
Did it not kick on?
It's going to take a while, maybe a couple hours. I might be gone by then.
Okay.
So what you do is wait till the night.
Yep.
Kick it on.
Yep.
If it comes on good, just turn this off.
Okay.
If we need it, he'll come this weekend and pick it up. If it doesn't, then you have the window unit.
Bingo.
Okay?
All right. So out there in YouTube land, we're putting an AC unit, play-by-play interaction. How exciting the now is. Because Roxy did want to say that her tits were sweating, but yeah, there's really nothing there to sweat. So go ahead with the next question.
Okay, so the next question is from Daniel N.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvester, I love music, creating it, sharing it, playing it. Now there's this keyboard that I absolutely love playing, and I want to have it home so I can play it all I want at any time I want. What is the most effortless way for me to go from my current now to the now that I have the keyboard in my own home? What are the steps in the changes of beliefs that I can take to walk into the now where I enjoy this keyboard in the comfort of my home?
Perfect. We love this. This is a great way to experience manifestation for humanity. The easiest way is not to try, not to believe anything. If you can have complete vulnerability about this idea, see yourself playing the keyboard, even put it where you're going to put it. Put a chair where you're going to play it, and feel and see yourself playing it. And that's it. That's the extent. Don't make it happen, because you can't think big enough. You can create a way for it to happen, absolutely. If you have enough belief in it, you can sell some stuff, you can, let's say, ask people for money or abundance, and all of that can happen, but that's the effort. And I love the key word that you said, and that key word is effortless. And that's the way, how you doing? That effortless way is for you to just stop and know it's going to happen. Shift and go about your nows. Go to the fun things in life. Be the fun in the now, and you already know you want a keyboard because you already have that passion. Your higher self's not going to hold it back and say, no, you can't have the keyboard. You get the keyboard because that's you, the creator of all that is. Thank you, babies. That's you, the creator of your reality by your choices. But you can't leap ahead in time and focus in on how you're going to do it and start to pull from your experience of the past to try to create that. That's an effortless timeline because A, you're validating here and there as time and what I can be doing in between from this standpoint of now, and you're creating nows of time of effort. So here's what you do. Awesome, it's coming. Pretend to play if you want to. You don't even need to do that, but that's kind of exciting to feel yourself playing it in the idea of virtual world, which is creation. You just slow the light down to make it feel real, but it's still a virtual world because it's just light vibrating, that's it. So in that idea, you allow it to come, take no effort, know it's going to come, focus on anything that's exciting in the now. Have fun, and then poof, watch the magic unfold. You will run across one synchronistically. Say, by the way, we don't need this, here you go. Oh, thank you. However it comes, don't put a way to make it come, because you can't think it big enough once again for the universe. Make sense? AC feels good, doesn't it? Roxy says, booyah. All right, what do we got next?
Okay, so this is from Due B.
Okay.
Does Ocyphius maybe have some tips as to how people can redefine their definitions, how people can transform their bad feeling, thoughts, beliefs, and belief systems?
Sure. When you have an idea of a definition, you structure it, you validate it, you create it. It is a value that is treasurable, for it is shown you at some space-time now that that definition works, otherwise it wouldn't be there. You've accepted it, otherwise it wouldn't be there. If it is non-acceptable by the fractal doesn't have that definition in the equatable idea. It may come up, and you understand it, you still do not, let's say, accept it as a treasure. You can define it, but you've accepted it. Now, you've accepting an idea of a negative belief. How do you redefine it? By not redefining it. By letting it be the now. Someone is, let's say, attacking someone else. There's a victim. The victim is helpless. Here comes the bully. The bully's an asshole. You look at that as, let's say, a negative. A bully powering over someone. There's a whole bunch of emotional idea definitions in that interaction. Now, you see that, you want to redefine that. You can look at the whole picture as negative, and then you can redefine the whole picture as experience. If it is not in your idea world of action, if it's not in your face causing danger, then leave it alone. Allow. If you're inspired to move, to speak words of wisdom, do so. If you're inspired to get in there and help out and break it up, do so. It's your journey, it's your rodeo. Play it out, feel it. But if you understand what you are seeing as A, is the focused idea here, and redefine it to B, and take that emotional value that you're putting into and that was creating your reality and lessen it by redefining it with an idea replacement, then you can allow your emotion to that attachment to be less forceful, creating your reality in continuation. And you can put that across the board. I'm not worthy. I am worthy. I don't deserve to be a channeler. I am a channeler. And they allow those idea fears to expose themselves. And in the now, don't act to change. Don't help. Don't move. Don't anger. Do your best to be yourself in the moment of indifference. Redefine and allow. What notable action will happen in that now that you redefined it, you will find the value of that now to be different. You will find the treasure that you hold in safe harbor as creation to lessen. To become more thin. So when you find yourself judging, wondering about, fearing loss, not worrying about anymore, wanting to choose what you do, all of those things are definitions of what you were taught. And you redefine in the now with an idea of peace, understanding, allowance, indifference, vulnerability, and trust. To be that moment, to breathe it in, to experience it, so it can show you, which, let's say, has keep you in that idea, same vibration, when that idea comes up in your now, to feel the vibe of yourself that you are validating over the vibe of yourself, of your conscious thought not wanting it. Saying, shit, I don't want to see this anymore. That's not what you can change. You can't change it because that's the same vibration. You're putting the vibration of lack into it, and that's the same vibration. You need to accept it and love it and say, wow, that's an idea that I have been choosing over and over again, and I presented it to myself as a choice of myself just now. Perfect. Now I can look at that and let's call it something different. Let's redefine. This is a permission slip. This is one idea. There are many ideas. This is one that is very useful for a lot of the collective, is to see, allow, redefine, and move on and focus and get your ideas out of that. See, when you have an idea of something and then you experience it and you want to talk about it, you can do that and understand it. But then you keep talking about it and keep wondering why and keep bringing it up and keep trying to go down that and solve that problem. That's the distraction of the definition that you want to stay away from. You want to, I see it, I understand it, I love it, I allow it, booyah, I'll call it this now, and shift and go and do anything that's fun. Anything, 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 anything that's fun. Because when you're no longer focused on that, it won't present itself in the mirror, because the mirror, once again, doesn't have a conscience. It doesn't say yes or no. It's a vibration. So if you see something that's negative and you're pondering on why over and over again, and then you're trying to fix through justifications of the self, and then all of a sudden you realize, shit, I'm still here feeling this pain. Exactly. Feeling this angst about this, that's when you say fuck it and move and go and shift your reality, because then all of a sudden you are now having fun and you're not focused on that. Don't worry about solving it if you can't solve it now, or you just don't want to deal with it. That's another thing. You say, well shit, I have to deal with it, I'm obligated. The fuck you are. You are not obligated to anything. Find yourself in the now. The more you have fun, the more you find your own happiness without trying to create happiness from the past, being the now, fun, fun, fun. Having a life and someone around you is being negative, saying goodbye, and just going about your now as being the unbridled God that you are, then the more fun you have, then there's no reason for the other stuff to come up anymore, because your whole focus is now of having fun. And those ideas of vibrations take care of themselves, because you're no longer putting them in there as a valid treasure by going back to things that you think you need to distract yourself with, to solve yourself with. Your mission to come back. They taught you to have crap. You're having fun as a child. I'm playing, I'm skipping rope, I'm doing hopscotch. Not much generation, but Roxy's generation. We're going out to ride our bikes. We're going to explore. We're going to have fun. And then at some pinnacle time, the parents told you, the friends told you, the adults told you, the authority told you that you can't have fun all the time. Because this is life, and you need to start focusing on this crap part of life. We'll call it shit pile A. Alright, so we have to focus on this. Well, why? Because shit pile B is going to happen if you don't take care of this. So you'll say, okay, I can't have fun anymore because I have to learn about this logical idea of life. The one of responsibility, obligation, respect, things like that, sanctity, sacred. All the things that keep you limited in an idea of what it is to contortion yourself in your own prison. And if you are good enough at this, then this big fucking pile of shit B won't come raining down on you. So you're going between the two, trying to deconstruct, destroy this pile over here when it happens. And then over here, you're trying to avoid this pile. And then you're back in this pile trying to make it and make it just enough mediocrity so you can feel good. And then you get a moment of happiness in your life. Because at one point, somewhere in your vibration, you stop focusing. Listen to that again. At one space-time now, you stop focusing on shit A and shit B. And then you found a happiness. You found a joy. You found something that made you feel good, and you chose it. But then here come the drawings up once again. Oh, my mission is to stay in the pile, because that's life. So I'll go back to pile A and deal with pile B later. And then you're just playing back and forth between you. That's the distractions to keep you from fun. Your life can and always will be and always has been an opportunity of choice to have endless, effortless fun in all the nows until you decide to de-emanate, truly. So in that idea, when you're looking at definitions of the mirror that are in you, it's not necessarily you. You see an asshole, shit, I'm an asshole. No, you're not. You're recognizing that judgment of vibration. Vibration, not details. That is you defining that because of their actions. That's when you said, no, that's a lost God. And you take the asshole idea, redefine it, and say you're a lost God. Journeying on. Have fun and go about your nows. Have no tendrils or tethers to that idea of fixing obligations to make things better for others. You can't. They got to do it themselves. Because that's the game. The game is to choose yourself. To find that this lost idea that you feel every day as comfort, as your identity, is truly what you're leaving. And it's scarier than shit to always leave what you are in validation all your life, as well as validation from the collective social norm. And that lost feeling is what you're leaving, and that's hard because it's all emotion. It's very strong. It's got power over you in that idea, but it truly doesn't. It is you. That's why you redefine and look in awareness and say, yes, yes, motherfucker, it hurts. It hurts to see that I'm judging that I'm fearing my own self, that I can't trust the isness that I am. I'm not strong enough. I'm not worthy enough. It sucks to say that and feel that. Why? Because that's it. That's the game. That's the mastery. Because you took a limitation and you explored it to the deepest ends of possibility of limitation. 100%. Hello, Robert. That kind of idea. So redefine yourself in the now. Give you what you deserve. Love yourself. Choose yourself. And watch what happens. The mirror. The law. That cannot be wavered. It is a vibration, and you feed it vibration instead of details of hope or lack. You feed it the isness, the choice of I am. And while we're on that, we will finish with this idea. Experience is currency. There was a question that came to Roxanne to elaborate on that idea. When you experience your now, by choosing whatever it is, fear or not, feel the experience. That is currency. That is exchange of you. That is showing yourself in exchange with the mirror the idea. It is currency, paying and receiving. All of you. Choose the experience, no matter what it is. And even choosing not to do it is experience, because you feel yourself. You may feel the judgment of yourself. Awesome. Love it. Because that was your best choice in that now. You may feel the regret of yourself. Love it. You may feel the choice that you made and it feels good, but then the fears come once again. Love it. Be the love. Be the now. Be the I am. This is an evolution. I am not that. I am a God. Choosing to be a fractal for a civilization to ascend. I'm a badass. Go ahead.
The next question is from Gina R. My sister has a friend. Her name is Lolly. Lolly purchased a moonstone necklace, and within a week and a half that she wore it, the stone cracked in the inside straight down the middle. She returned the necklace, and the store owner claimed to have never experienced an internal crack with the crystal. She exchanged it for another one, and within the same time frame, the new crystal also cracked inside. Could you please explain whether this is an effect of Lolly's personal energy
Absolutely.
or the crystal itself?
Oh no, it's not the crystal itself. The crystal is the environment. She created the crystal. Okay? The crystal is not the same crystal if it's over there, because it's not that crystal. The crystal that's in her reality is the crystal that she created, and the vibration to show herself her idea of vibration of herself. That takes that crystal and frequencies it to an idea of cracking. Now, why is it cracking? We all know it's the frequency idea. Yes, her own personal vibration. What purpose does it serve? That is for her to journey. She will know. Go ahead.
The next question is from Jonathan P.
Jonathan, how are you?
I got a question about different versions of people in my reality of now.
Okay.
When I am attracted to somebody in the now, like another boy, does that mean that there is a version of that same boy that likes me too in the same now too? Because my heart says yes, because everything is here now.
Does that version of that person like you? If you're putting like out as an idea of lack and hopes and dreams, then that's the vibration of the version of the person. Don't define it in words. Again, the mirror doesn't speak English or any language. The mirror is vibration. So, here's what it is. I see that person in my vibration. I like them. Do they like me? That's questioning yourself. That's hoping that they do. Have your divine nonchalance of your isness and get the version of that person. You do not need that person to complete you. If you think you do, then that's the vibration you're putting out. And of course, there's going to be a difference between you and the version of that person in hopes, because you're putting out lack. So that person's version is not the version of unconditional love that you are seeking until you love yourself unconditionally. And it doesn't matter if that person likes you or not. If it doesn't matter, if you are indifferent and you love yourself wholly, then you never need another to complete you. So in that idea, when you do that, that version of the person that you want comes without you wanting. Truly. Go ahead.
The next question is from Big Smile.
Hello, Big Smile.
What was it?
She's down in the Caribbean. What a wonderful person.
What is the meaning of a rainbow?
Who wants to answer that? Yeah? Okay, we'll do it. So the meaning of a rainbow, there are the colors of the rainbow, which represents the spectrums. And it was one idea to get you to look at the idea of chakras, to look at the idea of energy bands within you, to look at the effects of light, to look at the effects of light merging with each other to create other vibrations and other light. Just go back and think about Tesla for a minute and how he'd say, if you want to understand the universe, understand vibration. And that light is vibration, and how you mix and match lights along with mixing and matching your own chakras, not keeping them separate, blending them, using the power of these two chakras through your heart chakra to give yourself this effect, or using these two color bands or chakras to blend them and focus those two together to create a new vibrational light, a chakra that you haven't seen yet, and you can call it that, but truly it's creating a new idea through you, is a, let's say, all potentials because of a rainbow. And it's just beautiful. Simply, truly. Go ahead.
The next question is from Tracy D. Why are my physical symptoms so debilitating in relation to my awakening, and will they gradually ease up over time?
They're not debilitating unless you say they're debilitating. You are speaking to the mirror to be that. So as long as you represent that in your life, that they are debilitating, there's no one that's going to come and rescue you and change your debilitating fears of yourself. You have to make the choice and say, ah, look at this awesomeness that I've created for myself. Let's see where it goes. And when you play with it, you change the vibration of that. You change your definition of that. You change let's say you change your view other than it was to what it is. Awesome creation. And then it changes because you've spoken vibration change instead of word change. Because I don't want, why is that here, is the same vibration that you created that lack in. That debilitating idea in. The mirror speaks vibration. What's the matter, baby? Go ahead.
This is also from Tracy
Yes.
D. Also, could staying in the same place actually be making my symptoms worse?
No. Nothing happens until you say it happens. You can stay exactly where you're at and not move and not do anything and be the most... Look, here, we'll give you this one. You remember how people would move to get a fresh start? I'll get a change of scenery and they think that's going to change their idea self. It may have some new environment feels, yes. And the memories might be too strong of where they are and how everything got so fucked up in that now that they lived in, that a movement is, yes, help, but it's a permission slip. Because no matter where you go, you create the here and the now. So it doesn't matter. Going over there doesn't change it. You going over there is a permission slip to change it. And then how you change it is up to you. It's the view of yourself. The debilitating is a view of yourself. The changing is an escape from where you are because it happens here and this place sucks. Well, then you're saying you suck. Because that's you. Your world is you. You can live in the exact space-time now and create an entire new environment to where the other environment of that exact space-time now, with all the representations being the exact, but it has a whole new feel to it. It's a whole new world. It's a whole new environment because you have chosen yourself differently. The view of your, let's say, awesomeness. The view of the acceptance of yourself. Think about it. Who creates the world? You do. And it's only, poof, a bubble, a particle of information. It's a thought. And you create that for yourself. You're that world. Over there, world doesn't exist. When you take the path or the road trip or the moving trip to get to that space that's different, who created that? You did. That's your world. Now, here and now, which had always been here and now. Go ahead. We'll wait. We have no toys from today.
It's kind of frustrated.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is from Tomas. I noticed that I still wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe 3:15.
Perfect.
I think I feel someone, but I'm not sure. Does that mean anything?
Yes. Wake up and say hello to who you feel. Between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock is the most, let's say, plausible time for interaction with outside of what you call your frequency of understanding humanity, 3D Earth. To interact with aliens, beings, ghosts, kibbles, bits, whatever you want to label. That is what we call, well, here, we'll give you the term witching hour. That's a beautiful, serene time of, let's say, harmony, peace. And that's the opportune time. So when you wake up and it's 3:15, you're like, and you feel someone saying, I feel you. Hi, how are you? Talk to me in my head. Telepathy is coming so online, guys, you just start needing listening and trust. When you have that thought and that interaction in the now, because your more now happens quicker, that reinforces that thought of your telepathic abilities coming online, then you will really see that they are coming online more and more frequently. Little tiny conversations you had, thoughts that you had when you were doing some action, and this and that, just leading into, oh my God, it's here faster. I just thought of that, and it's here. Because you're tuning into the telepathy of the now, truly. Trust it. Talk to that entity that visits you. Go ahead.
This is from Lucy L.
Lucy L.
How do you know if someone is channeling a bad identity?
There's no bad identities.
And pretend that it is his archangel or
no, that's your world, Lucy. You choose bad. You choose fakery. You choose the devil. You choose awesomeness. You choose angelic good. You choose good reptilians. You choose. You choose. You choose. That's your belief in that value system that someone dumped on you at one space, time, or another that you treasured as real. Now it's time to shift. If you choose. If you don't, it doesn't matter. But you're going to do that. You're not trusting your own reality. I trust my reality to be that of what I am. And it works because I love myself wholly. I am creation. I know that. I'm not separated. Okay? This is your journey. To know that you can choose all of your reality by the view and worth and love of yourself becomes your reality. So if you believe in negative entities, you get the probable realities of negative entities. But they're not negative. You view them. You take their energy and you distort it to that idea. You're the light bender in your reality bubble. You are the interpreter. No one shoves shit down your throat. Period. Go ahead.
This is from Kirsten A.
Kirsten.
What other star system has my soul incarnated on, if any? I feel a strong resonation.
If any? Oh, Lord, tons.
Yeah, I feel a strong resonation with being a star seed. So,
yeah. Yeah, there's countless. Whatever's in your mind as that is that. Now let's start trusting your mind. Hey, higher self, it's me. Who have I been? What kind of civilizations I'm connected with? What other selves do I have? What other interactions as an incarnated being? And write them down and talk it out. And give yourself the practicum. We can give you all the answers, but then you have like, oh, okay, but what about? And you haven't gained anything idea of, let's say, trusting yourself. So what you do is, yes, you are in several. Now, you start to trust yourself. You start to take your authority back. You start to make your choices of your truth and say, I am this. I got that. I must be a Pleiadian. Booyah, I'm a Pleiadian. I must have relations with the Akume. Booyah, I'm a Kume. And then, of course, I must with the Zephyrs. Booyah, I'm a Zephyr. And I maybe talk to them. And maybe I was this idea in that space-time now. Play in this wonderful world called imagination, which is creation, and remember what you are. And choose them as the truth, because there's nobody save you that will tell you any different. Except you. Always you. Always you. Always you. Yes. Go.
This is the last question. This is from Maximo M.
Maximo.
I'm really interested in learning how to become more of a breatharian. Not permanently, but at least to the point that I don't rely on food for how I feel. Because where I'm at right now, the slightest amount of hunger and I start feeling horrible and sick.
Well, then eat.
So I don't want to experience this dependence on eating for how I feel.
That's okay. We can't give you a system for that. See, what you're doing is exploring an idea. Okay? Let's take the fish that hopped out of water. That fish didn't go to another fish and say, how do I do this? How do I go out there and start breathing air? Okay? What it did is just start getting on shore and flopping around until it figured out its environment. And it died, and it died, and another, and another, and another, until 10,000 fish died, and then all of a sudden one fish took a breath. Because the DNA changed. Because it was changing its environment, its relationship to environment to the best of their ability. You can be a breatharian, but you have to go through the idea of taking the background programs running that create the body as an acceptable idea of the game, and you can change it because you're a creator, and you have to work through the belief systems of hunger, of understanding. And you might be one of those fish who just flops over and says, damn, I couldn't do it, and die, give in, eat. All the choices are up to you. But there's no way to do it except for you, because this is your focus of joy. However, if it is focus of I don't like what a human does, eating, having to rely upon breathing, because a true breatharian is only a light being, that's where it's going, so you don't need to breathe either. Another potential for you. You have to go through that experience of understanding the new way you're living. You have to take all the programs running of human existence and change them yourself through your own belief of yourself. But if you're hungry, but if you are coming from the construct that you don't like humanity, that the human body sucks, or it shouldn't be this way, then you are lackful. And that mirror is going to kick your ass because you're vibrating lack. You're vibrating I don't like. You can't like and not like unless you choose to like and not like. But when you do that, know that the mirror's good, perfect. Always know that it's going to be what you are. So you want to move that idea. If it's joyful, slipstream, then what you do is in the now. Become what you want to become by trusting the higher self in the way you do it. Now, you may not become that in this lifetime, but do you not put the foundations in place for others to pick it up and move on and journey in that idea? You discover through your own isness instead of the tangible way of fear, of let's say, achievement of gold, of intention, out of lack to change what you don't like about yourself. And I have to eat. Be honest with yourself. Don't answer me. Trust you. Trust what you're telling yourself. Biggest part about humanity is in true co-creation. You have such an opportunity to be so naked that you can really experience some self-realizations. But that honesty with yourself, I don't give a shit if you lie to yourself. I don't give a shit if you lie to me. I don't care. But when you stop lying to yourself and really get balls nuts deep, balls nuts deep, Rox, really? In the idea of your truth to yourself, then you can really choose the love in the moment because you're not decorating it. And when you're in interaction with others in co-creation, you want to be so accepted that you can't speak your truth to them, which is you, in that now. You're still trying to maintain an image. Be truthful to yourself. Is this an idea that you bought into? And if that idea you bought into it for an outcome of achievement to represent your acceptable reality of identity for love, because you can't fucking love yourself because you can't stand who you are, then I would offer for you to start loving yourself and fuck everybody else and what they said to discover the God that you are, instead of this fractal idea of what you could be in the fractal idea of what you are as a human, to escape from it. Oh, God, this is good. Be honest. Trust you. Trust you. And if you love becoming a breatharian, then trust yourself in the moment to do that. And when you're hungry, eat. Maybe it'll be a little bit different. Maybe it'll be that. But if you are denying yourself food and struggling with it, then you are a struggler of an effort God. It's beautiful. Then you represent effort to the world, and then the world goes, God, that sucks. I don't think I want to do that. So you service anyway. Perfect. You see how perfect it is. It's so perfect. No matter what you do, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. But we would offer once again to be honest with yourself. In all interactions. What's up, Bear? We're almost done. In all interactions, with your family, with your friends, with your lover, with your spouse, with anybody, to be so honest and truthful and just speak your joy in the moment, and that currency will flow through in such abundance you can't believe that you've ever chosen different other than yourself. True. Excellent. Good shit, guys.
Awesome.
That's it?
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you once again for tuning in. We've got questions already for the next one coming in. Roxy's loving it. Thank you so much. If you need me, reach. Say hello. Love you all. And to that of Ra and the fart noises, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is Big O. We bid you all a good day. Ado. Whew. Hi, Bella. Hang on. We get the house sit. Come here, baby. Come here.
House sit.
House sit. I'm
Puppy
sorry.
sit.
Puppy sit. Where's the? Oh, yeah. I love you. What's up? Thank you, Cleveland. Oh, kidding.
Oh, Bella, you're so sweet.
What happened to your legs? What happened? You got short leg syndrome. Yes, you do.
Oh, I give you red belly. I'll give you red belly. So yeah, we are dog sitting Bella, which is Jen's and Damien's little puppy.
She's so sweet.
Yeah.
So guys, again, as Sly said, thank you so much, come on, baby, for sending in the questions, participating, and the next one is starting up. We've got, I think, like 5 questions so far. So plenty of time. In a month from now, we'll do the next one. And Ascension University, I'm going to release a video on the YouTube channel that's going to say welcome to the Ascension University, and there will be a link below it to how to get to the page, and it should be up tomorrow or the next day, and then you can see what that's about, the channeling classes and some classes from Big O and Sylvester and a few other classes by other teachers. I love you guys. Thanks for all for tuning in. Bye.